Been busy all summer.
I'm glad to see you. All right, welcome everybody.
There's a bit of an echo.
Is there?
Oh, there was for a bit there.
Okay, we'll keep an ear out for it, okay? You let me know.
Okay.
And then we'll do our best to mitigate that.
I'm new to your program.
Now you are new, Michael. Well, welcome.
Right, Michael
right
it says. Thank
Very
you.
nice to meet you. My name's Jill.
Hello.
And you'll meet people as they pop up with their questions or their jokes. We've got a lot of jokers in this group.
Wonderful.
Perfect. That's right. All right, happy Thursday. We'll get started on our movement pretty quick here. Just a reminder that this is a virtual recorded class, meaning any noise on your end, we can all hear. So please, if you get a phone call or someone comes in to chat, anything like that, please put yourself on mute. And I'm happy for you to unmute when you have a question or a comment or a joke. All right, and I'm going to come back to my area. Let's make sure you can all see me perfectly. I need to make sure you see my Christmas socks today, my polar bear socks with Christmas lights. So I'll pull those up as high as I can. All right, making sure you have a nice, safe area to exercise in, nothing to step on or trip over. And then just a quick review that at any point throughout the class, if you feel shaky or lightheaded or like you can't take a full breath in, then I want you just to pause, really just focus on your recovery breathing, which is how we'll start our warm-up so that we get into it. And then bent over on your thighs, either from your hands or your forearms, is our recovery position to help you start, okay? So let us get started. We're going to reach behind us. So think slicking your hair back as we breathe in, and then breathing out through pursed lips to bring that hand back down. And then we're switching hands. Breathe in, slick the hair back, and breathe out through pursed lips to bring that hand back down. Breathe in and out through pursed lips. Now your inhale and exhale, go at your own, whatever your lung capacity is. Some of you can inhale for 2 seconds, some for 4 seconds. You just go along with whatever you can do. And remember, that's the theme of our entire class. So we always say we want it to be challenging yet doable. And it's up to you to find that line with my support. There we go. Now let's just reach across the body as we breathe in and breathe out through pursed lips to bring that hand back down. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Good. Now let's keep up this recovery breathing, and we're warming up our upper back and shoulders. Let's start just lifting up our heels up and down. So that extra little task that we have to think about, lifting and lowering the feet, we're moving the arm and maintaining our breathing pattern. And we're going to add more and more things to think about as we go. And so for those of you that this is your first class, be warned, I like to make sure we get warmed up by getting a bit confused and chaotic. There we go. Okay, now we're taking our hands, elbows tucked in towards our sides, and we're just gonna pull our hands apart. How big was the fish you caught? Oh, make sure you're not hitting any walls. Ooh. And so breathe in and out through pursed lips as you bring those hands back in. And I just realized moving this chair that I grabbed the broken chair. Now that is no good. That would be a bad look if we fell apart during the class. There we go. Safety first. All right. So breathing in and out. I'm on the lookout for new chairs. So if at the end of the class or during stretch time you have any suggestions, let me know. And we're still lifting and lowering the heels. Good. Excellent. All right. Feel free to start rolling those shoulders back, and let's roll one shoulder back as we lift that same heel, and then we'll switch. So one shoulder and one heel, one shoulder, one heel, one shoulder, one heel. There we go. Now maintain that steady breathing pattern. Our upper backs should be feeling a little bit looser, a little bit warmed up. And we're going to switch direction of that shoulder. And now we're doing the opposite heel. So shoulder, opposite heel, shoulder, opposite heel. There we go. Be in control of the movement. All right, shake it out. All right, team, now we're just gonna stretch forward one foot, touch the heel and bring it back and alternate. So kind of starting at this point, you are more than welcome to do your exercises seated or standing. If you are going to choose to do it standing, just make sure you've got balance support close by. All right, so start getting your feet moving. It's time to up the challenge. And from here, I'm going to get you reaching across your body, one arm at a time. And I would like your opposite arm to be moving. Good. And as we get into the pattern, think about we're tightening our core muscles. So think about trying to squeeze your belly button. And so we don't want our torso to be moving as our arm and leg move. Good. And now with this step, I want you pointing your toe. So touching your toe out in front of you. And this is about to get a lot harder. Ready? It's 1, 2, 3, forward. 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 Now keep up that movement with the arms. And now our feet are going out to the side.
Sure.
Yes.
Good. So it's still 1, 2, 3, forward. 1, 2, 3, forward. 1, 2, 3, forward. Remember your breathing pattern. There we go. And as we're remembering all these different things, again, think about that core. So tightening through the belly to prevent yourself from rocking forward, side to side as we move those limbs. There we go. That looks great, everybody. All right, keep your feet moving side to side. And now we're just going to get our arms pushing forward together. Good. Good. All right, looks like we got the pattern. So now it's time to add some counting and some change. So it's 1, 2, 3, one arm reaches. 1, 2, 3. Now the other arm reaches. 1, 2, 3, up. 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 1, 2, 3, and up. And rest. Good work, team. That coordination is coming along. We're getting better and better every time. So now what we're going to do, and again, anytime you feel like you need to rest, please take a moment, take your time, get into that recovery position, catch your breath, recover, and then come back in. And the next movement we're going to do is crossing your foot over the ankle. So cross, uncross, cross, uncross, cross, uncross, cross, uncross, cross, uncross. There we go. So try to cross over those ankles and then uncross them. Good. Okay, so this next one, yes, this is good for your hip mobility, but we're gonna do something very different now with the arms. I want everybody to cross their arms. And then you're going to uncross them and cross them the other way. So uncross and cross. Uncross, cross the other way. Uncross and cross. Uncross, cross the other way.
The nation.
There we go. So cross and then the other way. Cross the other way. And if it feels a bit too frustrating to try to cross your arms in the way you normally don't cross them, you're going, yeah, my arms aren't doing that. You can just keep crossing and uncrossing. Okay, otherwise you can switch. There's always levels, layers to our challenges. And they're there so that each exercise we do is challenging yet doable for everybody. No matter if this is your first class or your, I don't even know how many classes we've done. Maybe this is your 60th class. And rest. Shake it out. Okay, team, we're gonna go into a little bit of cardio. There was no cheering. There we go. Brilliant. Okay, so seated or standing, I want you to lift your knee and touch across your body and then switch. So we're marching and touching across our body. Just tap your thigh. And if you're seated, I really want you cautious that we're not leaning back. Stay square. Good. Okay, gang. Rest for a moment. So you've got the movement. And what we're going to do is I want everybody to try to get at an intensity where you can still say a couple of words at a time, but you can't say 1 or 2 sentences without needing to take a breath. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
Another way to think about it is try to get kind of around 4 or 5 out of 10 on the breathless scale. 10 out of 10 being you can't breathe. 0 out of 10 being you're breathing with absolute ease. So kind of that 4 or 5 out of 10, you're feeling like you're puffing a little bit, but you're still able to take that full breath. Got it?
Yep.
All right, same movement. Ready? Go. So very, very important that you maintain your breathing pattern, especially as we start doing cardio and we start increasing the demand on your lungs. So please, breathing out through pursed lips, even if it's panting, right? You can still exhale through pursed lips, through that invisible straw. Good. Good. Get to that point, that 4 or 5 out of 10 on the breathless scale. Going for a couple more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to do each movement twice, and we're going to have a 30-second rest in between. If for your body today, 30 seconds is not enough rest time, please take a little bit more time. Remember to make it challenging yet doable for you. And during this rest time, that's when we really want to focus on our breathing pattern. That's when we might want to go in that recovery position, head up, help open up those airways. All right. And second set of this exercise. Ready? If you are ready, go. You can do it seated or standing. And there's different ways to increase the intensity. The higher you lift your knee here, the harder it is. The faster you go, the harder it is. There we go, team. Once again, especially if you're seated, think about that core staying tight so we're not leaning back in our chairs. Maintain your breathing pattern and rest.
You don't
Brilliant
want
job.
any bobbleheads, eh?
No bobbleheads. Unless I ask a question and you're saying yes.
Okay.
Such as, how are you feeling? Good. And I've got the big hair today, so it might be my bobblehead for me. That's what the little soccer players like. They like when I make it a loose bun and then I move my head and it moves along with my head. I can be a very entertaining coach. Okay, team, our second exercise today is I just want your feet stepping. We're going to do 1 foot at a time, stepping out to the side and back. So think about a little bit of a skating movement. If you are doing this standing, very important, I don't want you taking a step. I want you staying balanced and tapping your foot out to the side. Okay, can everyone see the difference?
Yeah.
Perfect. And again, hold on to balance support. That can be super, super helpful and allow you to go at that higher cardio intensity. And what your arms are going to do is push out in front of you. When I say change, we are just switching legs. Ready and go. Again, we're looking for that 4 or 5 out of 10 on the breathless scale. It's okay for your heart rate to increase. It's okay for your breathing rate to increase. We're wanting to work them a bit hard right now. Keep breathing out through pursed lips. And change. Great job, everybody. Maintain your breathing pattern. And rest. Recover. Some of you, it's helpful to just gently keep your arms moving or your feet moving, just at that lower intensity to help you recover. Some of you need just that complete still rest recovery position. So you got to find what works best for you. Hey, we've got more palm trees. Is there a secret meeting happening in Mexico that I didn't know about?
No secret meeting.
That'll be our goal for Tuesday, or for our last session, December 8th. I want us to all get a Christmas background.
Oh, okay. That's good.
And now I'm gonna have to write this down so that I follow through on that thought.
I don't know how to do that. I'll have to find out how to do that.
Yeah, I'll have to look it up too. Maybe maybe during stretch time, we can put it in the chat. Okay, team, tapping that leg out, pushing the arms out. Let's go. Remember, the key for that recovery time is for your breathing rate and heart rate to come back down. So if it didn't come back down yet, if you don't feel recovered, take more rest time. If you feel like you did not need to rest, then I'm going to ask you to try to work a little bit harder in these cardio intervals. Find that challenging yet doable line. Good, and change. So we're changing legs, keep stepping. Good, we're careful not to rock back and forth, especially if you're sitting. Just tighten through the core.
All finished?
Great job, everybody.
Oh,
And rest.
Thanks.
Once again, find that recovery position as needed.
You can
Some of
manage.
you may need to keep moving lightly. And remember, gang, if you've got noise on your end, chatting with someone, just please remember to put yourself on mute. That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Good. Now, do the majority of us feel like we are able to recover in those?
You want me to move all the stuff off the counter? Fine. I don't really care about the counter. I just care about the cupboards.
Okay.
You need to mute, please.
All right, team, we're going on to our next exercise. And again, does everyone feel like they can recover in that 30 seconds?
Yeah.
And it's been a minute now, so we're doing great.
Yeah.
Good. Perfect, perfect. Okay, what I'm gonna get everyone to do now is I want you lifting a knee and reaching up above you, just like you're climbing a ladder. So switching sides as we go. If that overhead movement is not working for you today for any reason, feel free to either just lift to bend the elbow or to push out straight in front of you. Okay, again, find something that is doable for you. Ready, go. And I like that some of you had already started. We call those bonus seconds. Good, and again, maintain that core strength. Can we sit up tall? The higher you reach, as long as there's no pain, that's going to increase the intensity. And movement with purpose. Really feel like you're pulling something down. We're climbing up something. Keep breathing out through pursed lips. There we go, team. And rest. Good. So again, you can keep lightly moving. You can go into that recovery position.
That was pretty hard.
That is a tough one. Yeah, that overhead reach
Yeah.
will often get us more breathless than different movements. It's an extreme range of motion, right? Way up here.
Yeah.
So it sure is tough. And if you can't reach all the way up, remember, challenging but doable means that if this isn't possible, go to here. Find where that range is. Okay, we got one more of that challenging ladder climb, and really pull down. Pretend you're gripping a rung and pulling yourself up. Ready, go. Excellent job, everybody. Keep breathing out through pursed lips. Keep climbing. You're almost to the top. We'll do a victory dance when we get there. Well done, team. And rest. I'm going to use Mary's victory dance from Tuesday. Woo! Looked great. How's everyone feeling?
Good.
Good.
Awesome. Good. And again, take the time you need to recover and rest as needed. Listen to your body. That's super, super important.
And this is a good exercise for cardio.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. Especially, yeah, reaching up overhead. Like I said, it's that.
Yeah.
Remember, we talked about different ways to increase intensity. And increasing intensity means it's harder to do. It's more of a challenge. So we talked about, yes, speed, adding resistance. And then when I talk about the greater the range of motion, so going all the way up, that's a really big range of motion. So really increases the intensity.
Julie,
Now
you're
you
working us-
guys,
you're working us hard. I might not need to wear a wool sweater next time I'm on the beach doing my exercise.
that is a compliment. Thank you. I don't think I've worn wool outside in the sun ever. Already, I think you're brave.
Okay.
All right. I think you just need a mister and a fan. Get that sea breeze feel.
Yeah.
Okay, team. I gave us a little bit longer recovery time because next we're going to do sit to stands. And these sit to stands, instead of doing our slow strength, really feeling the muscles contract because we're working on our strength, we are going to use it as a little bit more cardio based today, just like climbing stairs or walking up a hill. So the goal is to move at a steady pace. It doesn't mean you're rushing through them. It just means you're getting them done with purpose. Does everyone understand the difference?
Mhm.
Perfect. So still controlling the movement, but try to get them done steadily. Now, remember, if you're staying seated, you can just push your feet into the ground as if you're about to stand up and then relax. Push your feet into the ground as if you're about to stand up, relax. You can even go just part way up and down, okay? I would also challenge you, if you can, to have your hands at your hips or across your chest. An extra challenge on the balance there. Okay, team, are we ready? Good, off we go. So again, a steady pace. We're not rushing through them. We're still in control of the movement, but you want to just maintain a challenging but doable pace. Get them done with purpose, just like we're walking up a hill. You want to get to the top so then you can rest. You never want to stop halfway up a hill, then it's way harder to get going again. Great job, everybody. Keep breathing out through pursed lips, especially as you go to stand up. It will give you a bit of strength, a little bit more power to push yourself up. And rest. Okay, so a longer recovery time. Feel free to gently move your hands or your feet. Go into that recovery position. Breathe. I mentioned, you never want to stop halfway up a hill because it's harder to get going again.
Yeah.
And that reminded me of when I was a kid, my dad biked with me from our house, and our house was up top on this big hill, and we biked down to soccer practice. Well, on the way up, I was struggling. I was going, Dad, this is really hard. And he's going, well, you got this, come on. So kept going, and we had to stop, 2 times. And he's going, come on, keep going. I'm going, okay, Dad, let's go. I'm going, man, this is tough. This is really tough. So we decided to take a shortcut, and we're going up these stairs, and my dad lifted up my bike for me, and he goes, wait a minute. Goes to move the wheel, and it's not moving. And he's going, your brakes are broken. They're pressing on the wheel.
No wonder.
That's right. I was probably 9 or 10. I'm going, yeah, see, Dad, I told you it was tough. All right. So there's your example of 1, stopping up a hill is hard. And 2,
Yeah.
sometimes just mentally you can get through a challenge.
Yeah.
Afterwards go, that was great. All right. We're going to do one more set of sit to stands. So again, hopefully we got enough time to fully recover. And we're going to go once more. Ready? And go. So a steady pace. Try to just keep going. It's tough, but you can do this. You got this, guys. Maintain your breathing pattern. Well done, everybody. There we go. You're almost there.
I'm there.
Or you're there now. And rest. Woo.
Ooh,
Holy
Pardon the
smokes, everybody. Pat yourself on the back for that one. Very, very well done. So now let's recover, regain our breath. And then we're going to get into some band exercise today. And we're going to kind of do a little bit of strength, a little bit of cardio with those bands. It will be so much fun. Good. So make sure your stretchy band is close by. And it's no problem if you don't, but does anyone not have a stretchy band? No, seems like everyone has one. If you don't have one, feel free to just pipe up and I'll show you what to do without the band. Oh, well, it'd be helpful if I remembered where I had put my band. All right, team. Get the band around your feet. Now, I have a band with handles and it's fairly long, too long to really do work. So I don't want to hold by the handles. I actually want to hold a little bit lower down. And if you have a band without handles, remember, if you wrap the band around your palm, that can help you hold it without making your hand too sore. So if you're having a bit of a struggle or you get tired with gripping the band, just wrap it around your palm. Okay, team. So what we're going to do for the next couple of exercises is we're going to do some slow, steady movements. The goal is to really feel the muscle contract and work hard. And then we are going to do the movement a little bit at that steady, purposeful pace and really get the feel for the difference between how one movement can be strength-based or cardio-based with just like a slight difference in intent. Okay, because I want us to get that really good understanding of the difference. Pardon?
oh,
Oh,
What did you say?
good. Okay, gang. So holding your band,
muted. That's okay.
hinge forward a little bit, and we're going to slowly pull our elbows back and think about squeezing your shoulder blades together. So it's that slow pull, 2, 3, pause, and then lower your arms back down, 2, 3. Pull, 2, 3, pause, back, 2, 3. Pull, 2, 3, back, 2, 3. So as we do this slow pull and pause, really feel like you're pulling quadruple the weight. Feel like it's one of the hardest things you've ever tried to pull in your life. And that's mentally, that's going to help you engage more of your muscles. It's going to make your muscles work harder. You don't always need heavy resistance, right? You can just make your muscles work harder by intentionally pulling and being strong. So purpose to our movements. Pull, 2, 3, pause. Lower, 2, 3. Good. Pull, 2, 3, pause. Lower, 2, 3. And pull, 2, 3. Lower, 2, 3. Good job, team. Shake it out. Now we're going to take our band. And we're going to try this one out. Disclosure. I haven't done this movement yet. So you are all my test subjects. I think it'll work out great. You're going to have the band at the back of your ankle. And you're going to have both ends forward. Okay? You're just going to put them together. Feel free to give them a little twist. And then you're going to put them down on the ground. Then you're going to take your foot, your free foot. You're going to stomp it down on the band. And you're going to push it down in the ground and not let go. Has everyone got that so far?
Yeah.
Good. And then just from here, you're going to slowly slide the leg back. And when I say your leg, I mean the leg that has the band around the ankle. Okay. And we're just going to slowly pull that foot back towards the underneath of our chair. Hold, and then slowly bring it back. Now, 2 things to consider. One, if you've ever had a Baker's cyst at the back of your knee or swelling at the back of the knee, just make sure you're not bending, you're not bringing your foot too far back. Just pull slightly, just to the point where you feel that muscle on the underside of your thigh tighten, and hold for kind of 2 seconds longer. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I guess.
Perfect. And then slowly bring it back. And the reason why we don't want that hyper range is people that tend to get swelling in the back of the knee, when we bend it too far, then it just kind of irritates it and can bring more swelling to that area. And we don't want that to happen. And we also want to go slow at this exercise so that none of you get a muscle cramp. Those hamstrings, what is it about hamstrings? Maybe Alana can share with us. Maybe it's because we sit so often they get tight. But has anyone had a hamstring cramp? That's the back of your leg.
Terrible.
Yes.
They're terrible.
Awful. Wake me up in the middle of the night.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So if that happens fairly often, then I would encourage you to do 3 things. The first is use a rolling pin to help you massage out the muscles regularly, like a couple times a week. And we got 1 more on this, and then we're switching legs. And then the other thing is I'd just chat with your doctor about drinking more water, and or if you're getting enough electrolytes. So some people need to lower their salt intake, and some people actually need to have a little bit more salt in their diet. Switch sides.
Well, I find
for
I
a
have
different
to-
mineral.
I find when I get the cramp like that, I've just got to get up and walk around.
Me too.
Me too.
Yep,
too.
and for sure, and that would help lots as well. So we should have switched legs. Now we're just pulling that other leg back.
And it
hold.
helps if you've got tile floors, like it helps if you walk on the cold tile floor instead of on a carpet or
Nice.
something.
Yes, yes.
There you go.
Yes.
And again, if that's the case, that movement loosens it off. You're probably someone who should be using that rolling pin to massage out those leg muscles a couple times a week.
That's one of the worst problems in soccer when you're quite tired, isn't it?
Fatigue related cramping.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's so many factors with cramping, and doctors haven't quite figured out what, there's no one set answer that goes, oh yeah, that's why all these people cramp. Sometimes it's unknown, and sometimes there's one of 4 or 5 factors. So like I said, feel free to chat with your doctor about your water intake, if you should be drinking more water, or your electrolyte intake, if you should maybe be needing a little bit more salt in your diet or whatsoever. But your doctor's a good person to chat to about that, because they know all your medications. We got 2 more on this leg, I
I
believe.
know in
So
tennis, it's very common to get leg cramps, but I watch tennis a lot, and you notice that the top tennis players never get a cramp.
That's
And
right.
the reason that they say that the other people do is because they haven't hydrated, not just before the event, but a few days before. They have to be well hydrated for a few days
that's right.
before.
And rest. That's absolutely right. Make sure you rest there, team, and you can pick your band back up. For sure. It's funny, because when I ask my soccer players, I go, well, have you been drinking water lately? And they go, yeah, coach, I had 2 whole bottles today. And I go, well, it's not today. What about yesterday and the day before, right? It takes like 3 days, they say, at least 3 days to hydrate.
Oh,
And if we're heading into a tournament, I get my girls on top of it within the week. So 7 days prior, they have to put all their focus on proper sleep for the full week and proper hydration.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Yeah,
magnesium supplements help.
yep. Some people benefit with a small magnesium supplement, and again, that's a really good thing to talk to your doctor and or pharmacist about. Make sure it's the right thing for you.
Yeah.
One of those 5 or 6 factors to cramping for sure.
That's another
Okay,
thing
gang.
that the tennis players always have a banana. When they're playing tennis, they eat a banana. Always, all of them. And the company puts out a bunch of bananas by where the tennis players sit. So
Nice. Yeah, that's great. That's some quick carbs, some quick boost up their blood sugar for fuel, and some good potassium in there. That's really good. Now, guys, we're going to repeat the 3 movements we did, 2 of them with the band and 1 without the band. And so you noticed how we did those 3 movements with a lot of purposeful, slow movement, right? Did everyone feel like their muscles got a bit tired through those movements?
Yeah, I
Good.
did.
So now we're going to flip it a little bit. We're going to do the exact same movements, but we want to go at a little bit more steady pace. So again, we just focused on strength with those movements, and we're looking at how we can now turn those same movements into cardio. Okay, so the first one is a pull. And whereas before we were pulling slowly with both hands, I now just want you pulling steadily, one hand after the other. Ready and go. So still sit up tall. Steady movement. We're still in control. Doesn't feel like we're straining, but it's a steady movement. Now, again, if this is not enough of a challenge for you, feel free to pull both arms, because the more limbs we have moving at a time, the more intense the movement is. And again, this is similar to the difference between window shopping in a store and purposefully going to grab the 3 things you need and getting out of there fast. So we're not strolling here. We're going at that steady, purposeful pace. We got to get it done. Maintain your breathing pattern throughout still. Really be conscious of breathing out through pursed lips. Good. And rest. Brilliant job, team. Now, do you remember what the second movement was?
Nope.
No.
No.
Sitting up.
What? Oh my goodness. Okay. The next one was our hamstring exercise. I said 3 movements, but we switched legs. So I might have confused us on that one. So now without the band, if you can do this seated or standing, I'll show you both. If you're seated, start with your feet out in front of you. And the goal is just to tap your leg back behind you. And again, behind you can just mean underneath your knee, and then you stretch it forward a little bit, right? Otherwise, if you're standing, please feel free to hold on to balance support. And we're just lifting 1 foot at a time. Keep your knees behind you. And if it's easier, just move 1 foot, and then we can switch and do the other foot or alternate. Ready, steady, go. So if you're standing, you can do 1 foot after the other, or just 1 foot. Try to keep those knees behind you if you're standing. Don't let the knee come up in front of you. Get it behind you. We're kicking our heel to our bum. So again, that steady pace. Being cautious not to pull back too far. We don't want those hamstring cramps. Or we're sitting and pull back. Good. Sit. If you're sitting, stay up tall, core tight. Brilliant job, everybody. And rest. So you might need to catch your breath here. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Got a little bit more time to rest, and then we're going to do one more exercise, strength focused and then cardio focused. All right. So you will need your band, and we're going to put the band around our backs. And you also have the option, we're going to push our hands straight out in front of us, and you do have the option of putting your hands standing against the wall and putting your hands on the wall and doing a push-up on the wall instead. And I'll show you what that looks like in a moment. Okay, so from here, again, slow strength to start. So pretend you are pushing the heaviest thing away from you that you can imagine. And we're pushing slowly. 1, 2, 3, pause, back, 2, 3. Good. Out, 2, 3, pause, back, 2, 3. And again, remember to breathe out as you push your hands forward, because that is the point of exertion. Out, 2, 3, back, 2, 3. And like I said, keep going. You are welcome to do your push-ups against the wall with or without a band. But still go to that same count, but this time it's lowering down for 3 and up for 3. Okay. So do what is challenging yet doable for you. 1, 2, 3, back, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, back, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, back, 2, 3. One more. Out, 2, 3, back, 2, 3, and rest. Good. So put that band to the side. Good. Did those muscles get tired?
Yep.
Yes.
They do.
Brilliant. So we're going to do that cardio focus next. But while we just let those muscles recover, let's just once again get our feet out in front of us, feet flat on the ground. And I just want you slowly pulling your toes and ball of your foot up. So your toes now point up to the ceiling. Pull and then press them back down. And pull. We should be feeling a little bit of work being done at the front of our shins. That muscle helps you lift up your feet so that your feet aren't catching as we take a step. It helps support the knee when we take that step forwards. It absorbs some of that force. There we go. So pull it up and back down. Pull it up and back down. 2 more, and then we will get back into our last exercise of the day. So pull and hold and down. Shake it out. Okay, team, now this next one you can do with the band or without. Again, adding resistance increases the challenge, and this is more cardio focused. Get at that steady pace. So you can either get here, or one arm, you can do your punches because that is the same or similar movement, same muscle groups. Or you can do either of those things with the band. But again, the goal is, can we just steadily get through multiple reps of that movement? Okay, ready? And oops, go. So you're in control of the movement, steady pace, purposeful, get it done. Maintain your breathing pattern. Again, both arms, one arm at a time, but we're getting it done with purpose. There we go, team. Very well done. You're just about there. Maintain your breathing. Keep breathing out through pursed lips. And rest. Nice work, everybody. Awesome, awesome job. You can put that band to the side. You can get into your recovery position. Now, the reason I had us doing that today is our slower movement. Did you feel that more in your lungs or more in your muscles?
Muscles.
Yeah.
In the muscles. Now, what about the a little bit faster, steadier movements?
Yeah, your lungs.
More in your lungs.
Yeah.
Right? So the same movement patterns, but the way we perform those movement patterns is either working on more strength or more cardio. And I wanted you to really feel that difference, because sometimes if we're not aware of what we're working on, then we can just kind of be going through the movements and not be achieving what the goal is. So if we're trying to work on strength, or if you are having a tougher day breathing, then you can change a more cardio exercise more into strength. Does that make sense?
Yep.
You want that slower, steadier movement to work on the muscles, make the muscles work harder than the lungs. But when we talk about cardio exercise, okay, guys, it's time. We're wanting to work on our heart and lungs today. We want to push it.
Yeah.
That's what you should be feeling. You want to be feeling like your lungs are working harder than the muscles. Yes, the muscles still work hard. Yes, the muscles still work hard, and then the lungs still work hard in the strength. but it's different. And I really wanted you to feel that difference today.
Mhm.
You
Perfect.
accomplished it.
Oh, good. Awesome. Well, and that means that you were really focused on what we were doing and you did awesome. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Oh, of course. Let's stretch one arm up. And if this full stretch overhead is not right for you today, then just pull up the elbow and the other arm is going to push straight down. So you can either bend the elbow or press that arm straight up, but actively pull the hands apart. And stretch time is a perfect time for questions. So please, if you have questions, any at all, ask away.
Is that a dead plant beside you?
And switch. I'm
Is it a
sorry.
rescue?
I'm
Not a-
sorry. I couldn't hear your question.
Is is it a
yes.
rescue?
No, that was in September. That was a housewarming plant. And we've been steadily watching it perish ever since.
That's very sad.
Yeah, we're none of us have a green thumb.
So I would just chuck it. I wouldn't have it there to look at your failure.
Well, that just goes to show I had kind of forgotten about it.
It has
Certainly did not
character.
mean to have it now recorded forever.
Oh, sorry.
Stretch out your arms, stretch your arm out. No, that was a good reminder. I appreciate it.
When
The
you get,
worst part
when you
is
get older,
that
your
it's,
I was gonna say, when you get older, your filter goes and you just come out with whatever, you know?
oh, it just makes you more fun.
Oh,
That's what I find. But the worst part about that plant is the puppy kept trying to eat the leaves as they fell.
oh,
And it's a type of fiddlehead.
oh,
Yeah.
And that is not good for dogs or
No,
puppies.
No.
So the one day he had an upset tummy and we're going, what's going on? And then we noticed that he was trying to nibble the leaves. We put a stop to that right away. Switch.
was it a type of fern then?
No, some type of fiddlehead. This is how bad we are. There's still a tag on it.
Yeah.
Probably has the name on that.
Maybe some care instructions.
That's okay. That's my kind of plant too.
Yeah, one that you just let.
Yeah,
Turn
I get a
brown.
poinsettia and by the end of Christmas, it goes in the garbage. Hardly wait to get rid of it.
There we go. Oh boy. Just get your knees out wide, everybody. And we're gonna just gently push one hand. Actually, you can push both hands gently into your thighs and then gently turn away. Be very, very cautious that you're in control of the movement, and I don't want a sharp twist. I just want you gently pushing off this leg so you feel more of a stretch. Okay, so your spine should still stay fairly straight. We're just pushing through the hip. Anybody that's ever golfed before, right? Push through the hip. Boy, I'm gonna start looking for, is there anything on the floors? Scuffs on the wall. I made sure to push all the puppy toys out of the video before we started. And gently push and slightly turn away from the other leg. Maintain your breathing pattern.
Joel, I've had to change all the door handles in my house because the dogs learn how to open those.
Oh, oh, I tell you, Maverick's close to doing that.
Yeah.
He is close. So that'll be me. And this is a rental. Rest there, everybody. Oh, either drop a leg back behind you or just turn sideways in your chair and bring that leg back. There we go. How's everybody feeling close to the end of stretch?
Very sad because of the soccer game today.
Oh.
It was a
Yeah.
good game.
I'm of two minds, Barry. What did you think about it?
I think they played well, but you know, the end results of not getting a single point in that division is rather sad.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I think the commentary at the end by one of the so-called soccer experts, when he was asked about Canada, is saying where the downfall is, and this will get you, Jill, is in the coaching of soccer players right across the country. That he said it's not the skills of the players, it's the coaching and managing of them.
Mm-hmm. Yep, there's some definite flaws in such a large country in the sense of geographical space, right?
Yeah.
If you look at the percentage of how many players on the national team are from, you know, kind of Quebec and Ontario.
Yeah.
And most of that just has to do with that's where the national training program is centered. It's not necessarily always about, and that's not detracting from the players that have made it.
No.
But there is a challenge for players on the West Coast on getting recognized for the national team. Similar to, it's really challenging for interior BC players to get noticed for the provincial team.
Yeah. No, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, yes, of course, you know, the Lower Mainland has a higher population density. There's more players, more quality players to choose from, and there will always be more, you know, a higher percentage of mainland players.
No.
But it's hard for interior players to get recognized.
Yeah.
They still made those Moroccans work for it.
Oh
Yeah.
Canada played well.
Yeah, I really think people should take away from that game, and the players should take away from that experience that was the best we have done in 35 years. And it's just a step forward. And that step forward can be all we need to really push forward our youth development programs across the country. And I think the next World Cup has the chance to be super, super exciting.
Exactly.
Or people can have the choice to be super disappointed about how we did.
I'm super
Which,
proud of
again,
the boys.
is phenomenally better than the last 35 years. So I'm really proud of that team. And they just need more experience. They played a bit tired today, but they're not used to that level of competition.
And that heat.
Right. Right.
Yes. That's good. I don't need a lot.
All right, team.
Thank you.
I would encourage you just to take one deep breath before we fully finish for today. You can keep a hand on your belly. You can lift your arms up overhead, whatever you are most comfortable with. But let's aim for a 4-second inhale, 5-second exhale, or whatever you are able to do. So breathing in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and shake it out. I do encourage you to do more of those throughout the day.
Thank you very much, Joe. Thank you.